Hey everybody, it's Dak here. Today I'm going to be giving you an Abyssal Demons guide. Quick note, this guide is my suggested method. This is how I kill Abyssal Demons. May not be the best, most efficient, or whatever you want to call it, but I find it to be pretty fun and gets the job done. First off is what you should wear. First off is the helmet spot. Now, of course, you want to use the full Slayer helm if this is your assignment, because then you can get that bonus damage. But if not, I like to use a Berserker helm, mainly because I don't like Torags from the degrading, and I haven't done the quest for the helm of Nietzsnot, or however you say it. Next is the amulet slot. I wear an amulet of glory because I don't feel like spending the extra few mil on the Fury. If you do have the money and you're willing to spend it, it's definitely worthwhile to get that amulet of Fury. Then for the cape, I wear my trim skill cape, but if you have a completionist cape or the Tokar Call from the fight kiln, you can use those too. Then for the body and legs, I use Bandos Chestplate and Bandos Tassets. They're one of the best items you can use, and I can't afford Torva personally. For my weapon and my offhand, I like to use the Chaotic Longsword and Offhanded Rapier. There's a lot of combinations you can use here to fight these. I like the Longsword for the main weapon because they're weak to slash, and then the Chaotic Rapier offhand because it's a strong, fast weapon. For the gloves, I like to use the Barrow's gloves, which are the final reward from Recipe for Disaster. The best gloves are Goliath gloves, but I do not like them because they degrade. I just have thing with degrading, I guess. But if you can't get the top gloves from that chest after Recipe for Disaster, the best gloves that you can get out of there are the gloves you should use. Next to the boots, I like to use Dragon Boots because I can't afford Steadfast, but go ahead and get the Steadfast if you're willing to spend the extra money on them. Then for the ring spot, there's a lot of rings you can use, all those imbued stuff, but I use the Ring of Wealth because I don't have an imbued ring from mobilizing armies, and it does help with your drop rates a little bit. Then there's the aura. It's not too important in my opinion, just any combat aura you already have or use, go ahead and equip that. The inventory I use is not too big. I like to just bring my lunar staff to use the fairy rings. You don't need this if you've already done Fairy Tale Part 3. Then I bring 5 sharks, 1 super attack and super strength, and 1 bunyip pouch. If you plan on going for more than just an hour-long trip, then bring extra super attacks and bunyips. Other things you can bring are a unicorn or a pack yak familiar, different ways to heal or bank stuff or whatever you want. You can also bring urns to use for scattering the ashes, putting them in the urns, just teleporting away for extra XP. Now that you've got everything in your inventory and armor that you need, make sure you have regenerate and momentum on your hotkeys. These are two very important abilities when fighting the Abyssal Demons. Go ahead and go to the nearest fairy ring. I like to just home port to Edgeville quick because it's right next to a fairy ring. Once you get to the fairy ring, go ahead and use it to teleport to Xanris. Then once you get there, click on the main ring and teleport to Canfis. The code for Canfis is, oh, come on. Why won't you open? Is, let's see, right here, CKS. If you've already traveled there once, it'll be right in your log. You can just click on it quick. This will teleport you right above the Mortmire Swamp. Go ahead and start running north. You can quickly renew your summoning points at this small obelisk, which I find very helpful. And then keep heading towards the Slayer Tower. Now, the Abyssal Demon's on the 3rd floor of the Slayer Tower. When you get up into the area with the aberrant specters, it will tell you that you should have a nose plug on, but I find that they're really not aggressive and there's usually a ton of people up there, so you can usually survive if you're not wearing your Slayer helm or your nose plug. So go ahead and just run right through. Now that you're on the 3rd floor of the tower, all you have to do is run all the way to the end of the floor. You will run through gargoyles, which are unaggressive, and even if they were, they don't do that much damage. And also these neck reels, which again are unaggressive and pretty weak. So just get all the way to the back of the floor, and this is where you're going to find the Abyssal Demons, which you have been looking for. Now go ahead and equip your weapons and summon your bunyip. Start attacking one of the demons and use your abilities to try to get your adrenaline bar to 100% as quick as possible. Once you get your adrenaline bar to 100%, be sure to use momentum, which dramatically increases your normal attacks. This will make it a lot easier to kill the monsters. Also, don't forget to drink a dose of your super attack and your super strength potion so that you can deal a little bit of extra damage. When fighting the demons, be sure to pick up all charms, infernal ashes, and any drop that is worth some money. Also remember, there's other methods you can use to fight these demons. You can use the pack yak or the unicorn to heal instead, and use the pack yak to bank some of those infernal ashes too, and you always have the option of using the urns instead of picking up and scattering the ashes. The benefits of fighting abyssal demons, in my opinion, is that they're very easy to kill and they're decent combat XP. I get about 60 to 70k an hour. They are the best Crimson Charm drop rate of any monster that's weak to a melee type of combat, which is pretty nice. And they have a pretty good amount of drops that are worth some money, including an Abyssal Whip, Rune Battle Axe, Rune Two-Hand Sword, Rune Chain Body, Rune Helm, Rune Square Shield, 60 Noted Pure Essence, which stacks up pretty quickly, and they can drop a Hard Clue Scroll, which you may get pretty lucky with the Hard Clue Scroll. And don't forget, they have access to the rare drop table. Thanks so much everyone for watching my Abyssal Demons guide. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you liked it, and follow us on Twitter.